Te whānau, so we're on the road trip up to Tauranga, just stopped to get a munch, some sushi. Boys gone back in for second. Hey Rob. So yeah, we're up there. I think we might stop at the lake, Taupo, for a bit of a swim and then gun it up. So yeah, we're on whānau. Well, whānau, just stopped for a bit of a freshen up in Taupo, jumped in the lake. A lot of people probably know this spot. Just did a bit of a hikoi up the side of the road, down onto a little cliff, and yeah, it's pretty mean. So it's all fresh, ready to go on our last leg of the journey up. And yeah, next stop, Mount Maunganui. We're here, we arrived about an hour ago, just sat down and having a couple of coldies, packing all our gear away. It's our waka for the weekend. Beautiful place, can't wait to get out on the water tomorrow. Well team, with the new day ahead of us and the business end of the journey soon upon us, we're down at the boat ramp nice and early. Had a really good night catching up with Darren and Ellie, and we're just so privileged to be hosted by them for this trip. Made us feel really welcome, and yeah, it was just like being at home. You know, the hospitality that we were shown, so we're really grateful. But yeah, mission today was to head out to Tuhua, Mea Island, and yeah, we're fizzing pretty hard. Not only the fact that we're getting to dive somewhere new with some nice blue water, but the actual fact that we're getting to dive and share my tauranga and learn with Darren Shields, you know, one of the best spear fishermen this country's ever seen. So yeah, just truly blessed. So in saying that, whānau, as we do before we dive, it was time for karakia and to give mihi and to bless our journey and set our intentions for the day. So yeah, we knew we had a bumpy ride ahead of us, but we were just so keen to get out there and get amongst it. Now, to say the journey out there was a little bit bumpy would probably be an understatement. Yeah, she was definitely a ride and a half, that's for sure. If you can see the bar going across the back of the boat there that Rob's holding on to, that was pretty much our lifeline. And I'm pretty sure that if we let go of it, we would have ended up in the sea. But yeah, we got across there pretty quick thanks to our skipper, doing a great job of riding those waves, and man, what a sight, what an absolute beauty. So yeah, we were just keen to get kitted up and get stuck in. We found a nice little sheltered bay, and Darren thought it would be a good opportunity for us to get in and warm our lungs up. So yeah, that's what the plan was, and we're in there. Created from some pretty good viz and a lot of action down under. Had this nice Sand Digger's Wrasse come up for a nosy. Plenty of blue mau, black demoiselle and silver drummer hanging around. But yeah, we sort of just started snooping over ledges and basically just explored the terrain and try and bag some table fish that we enjoy eating. Nice sized poor here I found, so yeah, decided to put a shot into him and get him in the float. Quite enjoyed poor. Brother Gaz here doing a bit of snooping, ran into a few little rat kingies. Pity they were a bit small, but yeah, the boys wasting no time in getting some fish in the kete. Brother Gaz here found him a nice poor over a ledge and put a good stone shot into him, so he was on the boat. Darren and Brother Rob doing a bit of snooping over some ledges, looking for some tamuri and just whatever else is available. I think they got onto a couple, but may have spooked them. Brother Rob here spots a nice pink mau but runs out of float line. And there's an added bonus. Sees the tamuri on the way up. Brother Tip put in the mahi, adding to our kete. Tip in a nice pink mau here. Well, first dive of the day done and dusted, team. Definitely a good mixed bag from the boys. It's a good effort there. We're now moving to an outer reef off the island that is usually holding quite a few good fish. So yeah, we're keen as to get out there and give that a go. So yeah, that was us out onto this reef that came up to about 6 meters. And yeah, what a sight. As soon as we got in, we were greeted by the taxman. They took no time in letting us know that they were there and waiting for a free feed. So yeah, now that the ante had been stepped up a bit, it was time to be a bit more careful and really focus on what we were doing. Unfortunately, due to the rocky waters and the trip over, a few of the boys were suffering quite bad from seasickness, but credit to all of the brothers, they got in and had a bit of a look around and did their best. But yeah, before too long, back on the boat and trying to recover. Special mention to Brother Tip here, just supplying me with some free burley before he got back in. So yeah, with that in mind, this gave me a good opportunity to spend a bit of one-on-one time with Darren. So we headed out to the edge of this reef system, which was maybe 15 bit more meters. And we just kept on approaching the edge and seeing what was around. We managed to get a few pink mau, saw a few small snaps that were just out of reach, and the main thing was we were trying to bring in some kingies and create a bit of noise to try and spark some interest from them. We'd seen a few smaller ones, but yeah, it was pretty quiet to be honest. But yeah, a bit of perseverance, and we were just hopeful that something had come in. Unfortunately, after a few more drops, I discovered I kept running out of float line, so ended up ditching that and just using my reel gun, and also my GoPro battery died, so we headed back for some fruit and to check on the boys, and yeah, they seemed okay. So you know, we were just about to pull the pin on this spot because it wasn't happening very much, but you know, Darren said to me, Dale, let's give it one more nudge. You know, I've got a feeling the kingies are going to come. And then sure enough, we dropped back out onto that ledge, and I just seen like what I thought was a big shadow to my right hand side, and I turned around and there was Darren, and there was also a school of probably 100 kingfish, just blown away by the sight. I tried to take my time and look for the bigger models which were sitting at the back of the pack. Yeah, and then they sort of swam past, missed that first opportunity, then grunted them back in, and then bam, put a shot into one, what was a really good sized kingfish, and then yeah, pretty much pulled nearly 50 meters of line off my reel, went straight down to the reef where the bronzies were, and yeah, within seconds, just like that, it ripped the shaft right off my gun, and that was the end of that. Gutted. So yeah, definitely some lessons to be learnt there. I tend to have a bad habit of losing kingfish, so I was pretty gutted because it was definitely the biggest one that I've shot here at Aotearoa, so it's pretty gutting to lose that. Getting back to the surface, and Darren was telling me it was a good sized fish too, so yep, it was back on the boat, re-rigging the guns up and moving on to the next spot. So because time was getting on, Darren told us that this would probably be the last spot we dived. So yeah, I thought it would be a good opportunity to get the drone up in the sky and capture some of that beauty from a higher point. To be fair, the seagulls weren't having any part of that, so quickly just got the shots I needed and got back in the water. Back into it, trying to find that elusive Mare Island haku. Plenty of bait fish, trevally, kohiru, everything, all the sign was there, but still no decent sized kingfish. At this point I'd realised Darren had gone back to the boat, so I decided to swim out to this other point that Gaz was snooping for snapper on. As I made my way to the point where Gaz was, I noticed that the current was a lot different and there was quite a bit of pressure moving around this corner. Even the bait was moving differently, and I had a bit of a feeling that something could be on here. And then yeah, sure enough, two kingies come swimming my way. They were a little bit out of reach, but I just started grunting to try and get him curious, and then bang, the scrap was on, and instantly he tried to take me down to the sea floor. I was confident, but I wasn't. I knew the shot was right at the end of my little 1 meter gun's reach, but yeah, just try to keep him off the sea floor and yell out to Gaz as soon as I could to come and put a second shot on it. Stoked that the brother came in as soon as he did, because I could see how much damage my shaft was doing, so the first thing I wanted to do was just rip it out so it didn't damage any more flesh. And then yeah, it was just a matter of securing the fish. In the back of my mind I couldn't help but think about the bronzy that I just swam past. It's probably the biggest one we'd seen all day, and with the commotion and all the blood in the water, just yeah, it was only natural to think that the taxman was going to show up and try and take this fish from me. So yeah, just trying to dispatch him as quick as I could and get him in the float, to be honest. So yeah, bit of a crazy moment, but awesome to be on the board for 2022 and to shoot a Mare Island kingfish. Just goes to show how important it is to have a good dive buddy there to tautoko and help you do what you need to do to get the mahi done. So yeah, that was our day done and dusted out at Mare Island. Stoked there, what a primo experience, and yeah, safe to say that all the boys were buggered and looking forward to getting home and having a bit of a kai and a relax. Good day, cuz.
Unbelievable.
Good day, Bob. Wiki day, whānau. Wiki day. Well team, that's another one done and dusted. Thanks for tuning in to part 1 of our Blue Water Mish. We really appreciate your fellas' support. Don't forget, if you're liking the content, like, share, subscribe and all that good stuff. Tūmeke whānau. Massive shout out to our whānau up at Wedi for their continued support. Don't forget team, if you're in the market for some good quality dive gear, hit us up or hit them up on Facebook or online. Also, a big thanks to Kat and the team from Optical Suit Lube. Cheers team, we appreciate you hooking us up for our trip. And last but not least, big shout out to our bro Jason, the crew at Visual Industries Carterton. If you guys want any stickers, float boat stickers, vinyl stickers for cars, boats, etc., hit us up or hit them up directly.